Hey, so we are back. We are recording another episode. We had a small mishap with the last recording session. I was making a video and there was an issue with corruption, I guess, but the video went away. So we're starting again. You can see I went back and got the rest of the meteorite just because I mean I didn't get every last ore, but I wanted to pick up a lot of it because I thought that hey, we might as well go ahead and see what we can make with it. See what we can make with it entirely. The very first thing we have to make is the bar. So we now have, is that exactly a full stack? 68 plus 31. Yeah, that was exactly a full stack. Okay. Cool. We have a full stack of meteorite bar. So you can see we can make the ham axe. We actually did not have enough to make this last time. We could make the ham axe, or we could make the gear is 20, 25, 15, so 60. 60 plus 35 is 90. We can make everything except the gun if we want to right now. 5, 4, 2, 5, 6, 5. So this set's not really appropriate for us right now because we don't have any. We don't have, as I'm making it and saying it's not appropriate. We don't have any magic items. But I'm going to make the set anyway because it's better defense than what we have because we are so low tier. The set also looks really cool. And we can go get magic items. We could make the space gun, which is an okay magic item. In fact, yeah, let's do that over the ham axe. We don't need to worry about our inventory space that much right now. So we're going to make the gun. And I'm happy with that decision. It's going to replace... It's going to replace our zombie arm thing. Yeah, because we don't need a sword that bad. I'll keep that in the hotbar. The Undertaker can go in a chest. Yeah, let's have... This has been like the armor chest. It's going to be overflowing soon. Keep the gun. There was like a chest where weapons were going into. Yeah, so this is going to be a pretty cool weapon to mess around with. And I've never really used it because I've always had better stuff by the time I've gotten it. So it's going to be kind of fun to play with. So now we have a little bit better defense. Not actually much better. So this armor is kind of strange in that it doesn't really fit into the game. I mean, of course it fits into the game, but it doesn't fit into the linear, progressively better ore thing that we've got going on right now. It's the first branching path into what people sometimes call, and I'm using air quotes right now, classes. Some people would say that Minecraft, there's like, oh, there's this class and there's that class, and you can tell I'm being a little bit derisive. Like, you know, there's the ranger and the caster and the tank, and based on the equipment and the weapons you're using, you do want to optimize and be playing accordingly. But whether you view that as a class or not, I guess is kind of just up to perception. What did I just do there? Yeah, I mean, sure, it's a class. That's fine. Put our extra meteorite right there. And let's show off this weapon. Creates a little bit of light. Shoots really fast. The cool thing about this weapon is, so normally this weapon uses a ton of mana. But because we have... Mana is these stars over here. They go down like kind of like a meter. But because we have the full set of meteor armor, the gun costs 0 mana. So we can fire it like crazy. And we also have 21% increased magic damage. because of the gear that we're wearing. So this gun is actually going to tear through the first couple bosses. So I think my next stop now, because we don't really need to go to the cavern layer and get, I think platinum armor, I might get some flack for this, but I think platinum armor might be a little bit better than the space armor. But this is just as good in its own way, and we're gonna use it. We're gonna use it probably until we get Crimtane armor, and it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be really exciting. Like let's see if we can. I mean, that's not actually that much damage. It's the gun is very fast, but I'm honestly not that impressed. I've never really used the space gun much, and it's okay. It's okay. I mean, we're doing pretty good damage. The DPS on this is gonna just tear through the first couple bosses. If we had more health, we could just about tank the first boss at this point. So what we should probably do is we should probably fight the first boss before we get to the point where I'm just standing there tanking it, because you guys don't want to see me like overpowered and like tanking bosses. In fact, I was expecting to kind of show off a little bit and fight the first couple bosses before, you know, a normal character might be ready. But hey, the meteorite landed and we just ended up with way better gear than I expected. So yeah, first boss very soon. And what I want to do is, I just want to get some more health, because I want to, there's a few things in the game that don't happen until we have 200 health. Like, the eye appearing naturally, I think, is at 200 health. And what else? I think, the Goblin Army, which is like kind of the third boss in the game, depending on how you look at it, or not really a boss at all, is, I think you have to have 200 health to get that to show up. So I'd like to find a few more health crystals. We could do that on the cavern layer. We could do that really anywhere underground, but I want to do it in the jungle. Just because I think the jungle is it's gonna be a hard place to go run around and fight, and it's also going to, you'll see. I mean, we've been down here a little bit, but I think when we were down here last time, we were not prepared for it at all. But this time, like, we're gonna run around and we're just gonna be a little bit. There's actually a lot of light that this gun creates. That's kind of nice. We're gonna be able to get like down deep in the jungle pretty soon, and we're just gonna get like a ton of heart crystals. It's gonna be nice. We really only need one, and I bet the Goblin Army will happen like as soon as we get a health crystal. There's these army type events that are like invasions, where big waves of enemies come at you, one after another, and they're kind of boss fights, but they're also, like, in some ways they're harder, in some ways they're easier. But there's supposed to be like random chance once you have the criterion to get one, but I think that they're actually not quite random. I think that they have like an absurdly high chance to happen as soon as they first possibly could happen. I don't know why that is, but like all of my friends who played Terraria, like as soon as they could possibly get a pirate invasion, they do. And like goblin invasions, maybe less so, but the pirate invasion, at least, which is way ahead in the future, seems to happen earlier than it should by a lot. because it's supposed to be a 1 in 15 chance of replacing a goblin invasion, and it happens usually before you get a hard mode goblin invasion, so it's like the first one. I have a little bit of a small sample size, but like that's what happened to me. Like it was my first hard mode pirate invasion event, was a goblin invasion. That's what happened to a friend of mine who was playing along with me, and that's also what happened to Let's Player who I was watching. And oh man, it was rough. Like when it happened to my friend, he just did not have the right gear for it at all, and it's kind of a strange event because it doesn't stop when you die. So he had to keep fighting through it. Like I think he died like 35 times. I had actually the tier of gear below him, I think. I had the tier of gear above him, and it was still, I still died 14 times or 15 times. I kept the gravestones during the whole event. And then the Let's Player I was watching, he died many times. He was I think a tier of armor above me, so he was a little bit better prepared, but it was still it was too early. Like he barely had like the minimum gear for fighting a pirate invasion, and he was very salty about it. It's actually like if you like watching Terraria, and you haven't heard of some of the Let's Players who I've mentioned, I strongly suggest checking out Rockley Smile, Bisnap, and Northern Lion. Rockley Smile is the guy who has the just absolutely painful pirate invasion, where he's, I think, on titanium armor or something, and he just like, titanium armor in that fight is, you're gonna die. Like some things are gonna like two-shot you. And for those of you who are like, what are you even talking about? Don't worry about it. We'll get there. We'll get there sooner than you might think. Even though that's many levels of gear above where we are right now. More stuff, mostly gold. Don't really care about flare guns. I'm collecting all this silt because I love silt. That's the stuff that we feed into the extractinator. It can damage us if we let it fall onto our bodies. Not too worried about that though. It only does like 1 damage. I think it does it faster than the rate of like damage that you're supposed to be able to take. It's like you're only supposed to take damage every like third of a second, and I think you take damage like every couple frames with the silt. I don't know, maybe not quite that, but you take the damage very quickly. We got 2 spores during this event, or during this jungle exploration. So we now have... Is that blueberries? No, it's not blueberries. We now have we have 6 more spores at home, so we have enough spores that we can make a jungle hat, which is kind of on the same tier as like the meteorite stuff. It's another like non-linear. Oh my god, we're not gonna die, but we need to get far away from what we're doing. We need to switch to our best weapon, and we need to find a chokehold. Okay, so I can't use another potion for 45 seconds. So we're gonna sit still for like a little bit to regain health, and if anything comes over to us, we're gonna shoot it. We're gonna shoot it in the face. Man, the health regeneration's so slow right now. I should have been using this gun. I don't think that firing it interferes with my health regen. I think we've been a little unlucky not to find a heart crystal so far. If I were playing solo, I might... Whoa! Alright, let's see if we can lure this bee over to us. This hornet. I should just, like, auto-hold this down. I don't know if that'll deter him from... Oh, he's taking a little bit of damage. Sorry if this space gun, like if any of the light effects in Terraria bother anyone, I apologize. There's not much I can do about it though. It's kind of a funky game. See, the enemies, they want to stay off screen and like fire at me from off screen, which is really causing some problems. I'm poisoned. That's why... But I can heal again, so that's good. That guy just spawned on top of me. That guy was not there a second ago. Let's find a quiet area where we can... We're gonna die. We're not poisoned, which is good. We might be okay. If we don't die, it'll be kind of a miracle. Let's build a little, like, tiny house for us. Tiny house, and, can we build a campfire? Yeah, we can. Build a campfire that we can't place for some reason. There should be enough room for it, right? Can you not build a campfire in dirt? I don't understand. Okay, and I've got better potions, so let's put those there. A campfire will allow us to heal faster. So if you're playing Terraria and you want to be kind of efficient about when you're when you're trapped like this, being trapped is a good time to, like, if you're low on health and you're sitting and regenerating, it's a good time to quick stack your money into your piggy bank. Do like a little bit of inventory management if you want to. Like, we don't need zombie banners. Okay, so now we're healed up again. We've got our campfire, which is increasing our health regen by a little bit. We can go back and face the world. I think we're a little underpowered for being in here, but I mean, it doesn't, like, in this game it just doesn't matter if you die. Like, it does not matter unless you, like, are vain about dying, which is totally 100% why I care about dying right now. I'm vain. I don't want you guys to watch me die at a game that I think I'm good at. That's not entirely true, but I don't really care that much. Maybe I do. I don't know. Introspective moment. I thought there was a lot of tungsten over yonder. Oh my god. Let's just fall. Let's just fall this way. What am I doing? This gun has like no knockback. I don't like weapons without knockback. That's probably why I don't like this gun. There's a heart. I mean, just a little heart, not a big one. There's a sapphire. Yeah, we don't need to be sitting around tanking enemies. We need to be quick and dirty, just moving through the area, getting like jungle spores when we see them. Not dying. Yeah, weapons without knockback, I think they're just terrible in this game because you aren't interrupting the enemy's AI at all. You just kind of sit there and you take like 1,000,000 damage while you're trying to do whatever you're doing. Like, I just have to like let this man-eater do his thing. In fact, boomerang time. I think the boomerang is just gonna be... Yeah, I mean, look at how, like, we just took apart that bee. Like, we didn't kill it fast, but we killed it, and we weren't helpless while we were doing it. It wasn't shooting at us anymore. That's an awesome item. I'm gonna explain what it is when I don't have hornets chasing after me. Okay. More jungle spores. You can fight with your inventory open. It's really just preference. Like, I don't want to do a whole LP with my inventory open, for your sake. but a lot of people play the entire game with their inventory open all the time. I'm trying to use my grappling hook to like stay up here and fight. This is bad. This is not. Okay, we were able to heal, which is good. There's a million enemies down there. Can I deal with you? Okay. What am I trying to do? Man, it took me forever to get up here. This is all I want to do is just find a chokehold and just sit here and probably not shoot like a crazy person with a gun that requires ammo, but yeah. Let's do what we did last time and do a little bit of inventory management while we are stranded. Build a little house for us. Drop our piggy bank. So we found a quick cloud. Oh, that's so good. Quick cloud in a bottle. It's gonna give us a double jump. I don't like double jump that much, but hey, double jump's pretty good. Am I replacing the right thing? No, I'm not. I should, because I don't like this panic necklace, but I like what it's doing for us. I don't actually care about double jump. Screw it. I just said this, awesome item. Said this item was awesome, and now I'm not going to equip it right away. It's because I'm being cheap and using the flight stuff. If I wasn't flying around, like, that would be like a huge find. Which might be an argument for. Why have I just not used that life crystal yet? Which might be an argument for not using the, like, maybe it's time to ditch the wings now that I've got a double jump. What else can we put away for right now? We don't need a hammer while we're down here. We also don't need a single bomb. Minglo and Minglo seeds. Sapphire can go there. Alright, so we're back up to full health, and we have 200 now, which is cool. That's half of the total health we can get. Alright, let's try the gun as an effective strategy for dealing with these guys. Alright, gun seems to be way better than the space gun. Now I'm wishing I made that Amex because, screw it, like, we are powerful enough with our gun, we don't need a space gun. Although the space gun is giving us some awesome light. I don't know. Sometimes it's very hard to make decisions like what weapon to use and try. Like, kind of one of the cool things about it is, like, things aren't straightforward. You might think that a weapon is awesome, and then you find out, oh hey, I could be doing so much more damage with something else. Alright. Now, is it just me, or did we see a second heart crystal down here that I've just, like, lost track of? I'm afraid to open up my map, but I thought it was down here. Heart crystal? Where are you? Oh, there it is. Yep, that's the one I saw. And now this area is wild enough that, like, you can sometimes see heart crystals, like, 2 of them on the screen at the same time. Like, we're not quite getting lucky with them, in my opinion. Okay, alright, it's time to find our nurse. Heal. And prepare for some crazy stuff. Quick stack. that, and let's put away some jungle things. Nature's Gift is good, but we don't need it right now. Sorry, Nature's Gift was an item we found down in the jungle. In about 10 seconds, we are going to start fighting a boss because we have 200 health. And they like to show up right away, even though it's supposed to be like a 1 in 15 chance or whatever. Alright, come on, boss. I'm ready. I've healed. I've managed my inventory. I just need to fight you now. It's, I think, 40 seconds after the message that you get the fight. So maybe I'm... Alright, there it is. Perfect timing. There's the boss. And we are using the space gun for now. It's not doing a ton of damage, but it's free. Get rid of our map so we can see everything we're doing. This boss is kind of easy. Like, he just kind of sits there. He doesn't do a ton of damage to us. He's about to... When he gets down to half health, he's going to get harder. But honestly, not too much harder. This is the... Alright, there's the half health. And now we just need to kind of stay out of his way. Like, this is like a joke compared to how hard the jungle area was. Come at me. Yep, you're dead. So he gave us a lot of Crimtane ore. And Crimtane ore is something we're going to need to make... it's one of 2 ingredients in it plus brain tissue, which is something we get from the second boss, is going to be used to make the last armor that we need. Or, not the last armor we need, but the last... it's going to be used to make a very good armor for before the beginning of, like, New Game Plus. It's... A lot of people would say that it's, like, the second to last armor, because there's an armor that you get with better defense, but it gives you crazy good recovery. So I actually... When I'm preparing for, like, the final fight in this game, the final fight before hard mode, I actually use the Crimtane equipment. So with the Crimtane ore, I believe. Okay, we can straight up make. Let's make a mana crystal before we forget. Alright, that's as far as we can go with those. So I shouldn't have made this other crystal, but oh well. It's fine. We now have max mana. A lot of things are happening at once. We now have max mana. We have 13 Crimtane bar. Some more, a lot more tungsten. A little bit more iron. And if we walk over here... Okay, so we can make our jungle hat if we want to. But let's focus on the Crimtane stuff, because hey, we just got a Bloodlust Cluster, which is like a really good axe. Blood Butcherer, which is a good sword. And a Tendon Bow. How does the Tendon Bow compare to our gun? It's really hard to judge because of the damage our ammo does versus arrows. I think the sword, like normally here I would build the sword. You need it for like making the last, you need it for crafting other swords. So we're eventually gonna have to make it. But because I want this character to just be a little bit different than I've done before, I'm gonna make the tendon bow. I don't know if I've ever done this before, but we're gonna make that bow. I'm gonna replace the trident because who cares? And I'm gonna go see if I have any good arrows lying around because I don't want to use wooden arrows. I can to practice, I guess. But do I have better arrows anywhere? I'm not. It looks like I might have sold my flaming arrows if I had them at any point. But I mean, we can make flaming arrows. How hard are they to make? Some torches. Jester's arrow. We would have had 50 Jester's arrows if we hadn't accidentally made that mana crystal. Let's put this away because the only use this will be is for like another character later. Let's make some Jester's arrows, and that's gonna be, yeah. Let's show off the bow with the wooden arrows. If you want to use one ammo over another, put it in the top slot. Okay, so showing off the bow with the wooden arrows. Why does it say I have 57 ammo? Doesn't make any sense. 57. Oh, because I've got flaming arrows over there. I see. Yep, that's the bow. Yeah, alright, so you have like a 50% chance of being able to collect your ammo after you fire it. This episode's gone a little bit long, so I'm gonna call it. But when we come back, we're gonna fight more bosses. Maybe play around with the tendon bow, or I don't know. We'll do something. We'll find something cool to do. Alright, see you guys.